Okay, so no problems with doing both pickups, because I was a little concerned. Like, am I even allowed to do 2 pickups because I'm managing 2 things? I could, you know, just like Shipt, Instacart, Walmart Spark, you're allowed to accept more than one. And this one, based on the address, is they're like pretty much neighbors, which is great. So I just called, I said, hey, I got a point pickup, which always sounds weird, like a weird tongue twist. I got a point pickup. And I said, it's for so-and-so. I have another one for so-and-so, and I'm in spot 7. And then she said, we'll be out. So we just got to wait. Here's the timer, 4:58. So we'll see how long it takes them to come out. All right, it was completely empty when I got here. Now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There was 6 other cars. Here's mine. This is it. It pays off to be early there. How you doing? Yes, we got point pickup. Is it busy? Normal, yeah. Yeah. Not too bad. I always like getting out to help. I mean, you don't have to, but I think it's nice. It is like 38 degrees today here in Pittsburgh. So we split up both customers. Do that. I mean, don't put them all in one space like the trunk or whatnot. Unless you have a divider, like a Rubbermaid, you know, cubby. What am I trying to say? Big container. So I have the one right here. There is a sticker on the bag, which is excellent. Because I was wondering, like, I kind of forgot the names. There is a sticker. Put one up here, another one in the back. They're not far. So it's 5:09. So it took only 9 minutes. Only press confirm after items are loaded into your vehicle. Confirm, we've done that. Pickup confirmed, sweet. Okay, photo of delivery. All the apps are gonna have that confirmation picture. And then customer signature. My last one was customer signature too. Place bags at doorstep, ring doorbell or knock. Driver must make visual contact with customer. Do not leave stuff unattended. Okay, it is a large apartment complex. So consider that as well. Because if you're carrying stuff in, like the one order was bigger. The one order, I might have to make 2 trips. Here's another tip for you. This is why I got those grocery hooks. I mean, I only get a small amount of commission if you buy one using our Amazon storefront. Link down below for the best accessories for most any side hustle. But I'm not kidding. It makes this stuff 10 times easier versus something that might be like an embarrassing, at least one trip, you try to hook everything on your arms. Those grocery hooks, you hook them onto the hooks and then you carry the hooks. Just makes it a lot easier. Check it out. I mean, you know, I always talk about that stuff for these kind of gigs because I truly think it helps. But this is 0.7 miles away, 2 minutes. That is insane. 2 minutes. And the next one, I think it is literally the apartment building next to it, which is ideal. If you see stuff like that on Spark and on Instacart, on Shipt, and on Point Pickup, grab it. Because it's especially from the same store. Like here, Giant Eagle, the same store, and they're like right next to each other. I'm gonna click on arrived at drop off. This one is in the back, so let's do that. This was the larger order too, which isn't ideal. Here they are, just like little hook things. Oh, it's freezing. I think this one might be a 2 trip regardless. Yeah, it's gonna be. Okay, so I had to make 2 stops. You know, that's not too bad. Also, as you may or may not have heard, I'm not sure what came through there, but I'm assuming it's not gonna come through on the mic, so let me tell you again. The unit was not listed. It just said the building number. So, you know, you just call the customer, she just told me. You can tell them, say, hey, you know, just avoid any complications going forward. You could just tell support or whatever to add your unit number. That would help out. Let's see, is this the right one? We need some very clear markings when these facilities do this. I can't quite tell. This one I can do in 1 trip. Okay, this one does have a unit number, that's good. So it said call on intercom to access elevator. Whew. So let's do that. All right, and we're done, both deliveries. So I did have a few little hiccups, so let me tell you about that. And then ultimately the pay for both of these and the miles. So we can calculate the dollars to mile ratio. How much am I getting paid for the miles driven? All right, problems. The first one I told you, I didn't have the unit number. So I was just sitting there and I had no idea where to go. So again, I just called the customer there. Now, this one was for a seniors apartment complex. And when making the delivery, now, we talked about this a little bit, but she motioned for me to come inside and set the deliveries on her kitchen table. Now, I mentioned this on, I think, an Amazon Flex shift where I had an older gentleman do the same thing. He said, hey, just, put it right here inside the door. Now, and I was talking to you, and if you're not subscribed, I'd love to have you a part of the team here. Consider subscribing. If you should do stuff like that, and I mentioned at the time, like here in Pittsburgh, we do have more of an older demographic. It depends on the area. And I was completely fine doing this. This one was an older woman, and she just wanted me to come inside, put it on her, kind of dining room table. Completely fine. But if you're ever in a situation where you think it's not fine for whatever reason, you can just tell them, unfortunately, the app doesn't authorize me to deliver inside your unit, and just get it done as fast as possible, basically. But no real issue with that. She did have a little bit of a complication of signing for it. So it was really weird. I opened the app, and it's like vertically ask them to type their name first, and it opens up the keyboard on my phone, and then sign for it. But it's done vertically. And I tried to turn it sideways. Maybe my phone wasn't working. It's kind of weird to hand something to someone this way, type in the name, and then sign it. They have to turn it, and it's just weird. So she signed it and then wasn't sure when I said, oh, and can you also type your name? And she didn't really understand that. So, I just told her, like, oh, just what's your last name? And I just typed it in myself. And then only then, it asks you to take a picture of the delivery. So I'm like, oh, it prompts me to take a picture. So I turn and take a picture of the groceries on our dining room table. And then it says, take a picture of the building. I would like it to be, take a picture of the building first because you're going in the building, and then take a picture of the deliveries, and then you're done. It's really weird that you have to go through the steps. If you can change it, let me know down below in the comments. But sign, grocery picture, building picture, and then you're done. Sounds kind of weird. So overall pay, I told you this stacked order was over $29 for both payouts, and it did not take long at all. Got to the grocery store, the Giant Eagle. It took, 9 minutes for the person to come out, load it up, and it took another 3 minutes to drive to the apartment complex. Now, it did take me maybe 20 minutes, 25 minutes, maybe, somewhere in between there to do both orders. Because, the buildings were basically right next to each other, but just going through those issues that we talked about. But here's the curveball, because I just made over $16 a mile. Because it's, $29 for 1.75 miles. It's ridiculous payout. It's crazy. The curveball is I actually drove, I'm looking at my odometer, 18 miles. Because I don't live here in Monroeville. I live in the city. So I had to commute out here. Now, that changes my dollars to mile ratio, and hoping this guy doesn't hit me. So I don't know, I think it was like 165 or something a mile. It's not awful, but it's not like, making bank like the other calculation that we did. Why would you drive? It took me 40 minutes to get out here because it was, it's 5:42 now. The pickup was at 4:45. That's like right in the middle of rush hour.
Why would you drive all the way out here for this order?
The point is, I wouldn't. I normally wouldn't. No way in heck I would drive 45 minutes from the city, out of the city, and now I'm driving back home into the city. Like, my point is I just want to show you what a good order looks like, what another app and gig option looks like. And again, this might be regional, comment down below. So and this is why, folks, you have to have as many options as possible. Because if you're in these areas, like, well, Mike, I'm 35 minutes out of my city. You always say drive food delivery in the city. I'm 40 minutes out of the city. Like, if you have some of these other apps, what we call filler apps, then you might have a fantastic opportunity. If you live right over here and you can pick up 2 of these runs, you just made $29 in no time. Like, if it took you 4 minutes to get to that Giant Eagle, this whole run would have taken you like 30 minutes for like $29. That is insane. So ignore the fact that I commuted out here. Like, obviously it eats into my miles, but this is not typical for me. I just wanted to show you an option out there. And this is, again, only my second and third deliveries on point pickup. I have to say, and I think I said this on the first run, I like point pickup. It's been seamless. The wait times have been like super minimal compared to Walmart Spark. Folks, I've waited at Walmart's for 20 to 30 plus minutes. And it's not just me. I read your comments and I've seen it, similar stories. And that's why I've downgraded Spark. But, and again, I've only done 3 runs, but it seems pretty decent. At least as a filler app, you know? But here's what I want you to do. If you have point pickup, or if it's in your market, you know, you sign up and let me know what your thoughts are. If it's not in your market, are there any regional, local options that have been working well for you as a filler app? Or maybe even, you know, a strong side hustle part-time app that we might not know about. Because again, it's all about having the options for you. I appreciate you watching, folks. As always, consider subscribing. Thank you again for watching. Drop a like this video. Click or tap the screen here for my newest video, as well as a video recommended for you. And I'll see you in the next one.